Hello my dear friends, how are you all? I hope you all are fine. So you are very welcome in our lecture number 3 of coordinate geometry. Okay, yes, so my dear friends, in this lecture we are going to discuss very amazing topic. So my dear friends, you have to listen very carefully and you have to be concentrate. Okay, so without wasting the time, let's start. Yes, so today we are going to discuss fraction formula. Okay, what is fraction formula? So what is fraction formula? What is the use of this formula? We are discussing all these things in this lecture, so you have to be very patient and you have to be concentrate. Okay, yes, so let's suppose we have a line segment. Let's suppose this is A and this is B. Okay, and a point M is cut the line and it is divided into two parts and the ratio is small m ratio small n. Okay, this point M divides this line into two parts in the ratio m ratio n. So now the coordinate of A is x comma y and the coordinate of B is, this is x1 comma y1, this is x2 comma y2. Now we have to find the coordinate x comma y, coordinate of M. Okay, so for finding these coordinates we have to use a formula, and that formula is called section formula. Okay, so now a point on the line segment divided into two parts which may equal or not. Okay, so the ratio in which the points divide the given line segment can be found if we know the coordinates of the point. Okay, if we know the coordinates of the point, then we can found easily the ratio. Okay, and also it is possible to find the points of division if we know the ratio in which the line segment join two points has given. If we know the points, we know the ratios, then we can also easily find these points. Okay, so these two things can be achieved with the help of section formula in the coordinate geometry. Okay, I hope you understand this thing. So the section formula is used to determine the coordinates of the point that divides a line segment joining two points into two parts, such that the ratio of their length is m ratio n. So my dear friends, I hope you understand these things. So let A and B, okay, A and B are 2 points x1 y1 and x2 y2. Okay, and M be the point dividing the line segment PQ internally, means this divides the line internally. Okay, in the ratio m ratio n. Then they form the section formula for determining the coordinates of the point M is like x comma y, which is equals to, I'm going to write the formula. So now this is, we have to multiply m into x2, okay, m into x2 plus m into x2 plus n into x1, n into x1 divided by m plus n. So this is what, this is coordinate x, and for y coordinate, for this coordinate the formula is m into y2 plus n into y1 divided by m plus n. Okay, so my dear friends, this is the section formula. This is what? This is section formula. I hope you understand this thing. So section formula is what? Section formula is used to determine the coordinates of the point which divides the line in the two parts. Okay, if we know the ratios, we can easily find the values of x and y. Okay, I hope you get this point. Now If we don't know the ratio and we have coordinates, then we can also easily find the ratios. Okay, my dear friends. So now let's go on. Now we are going to do the proof of sectional formula. We are going to prove for sectional formula. Okay, so now for proving this, let's suppose we have a Cartesian plane like this. This is our like Cartesian plane. This is our x and this is x dash. This is y and this is y dash. Okay, so now we have 2 points. What are those points? Let's suppose this is our P point, x1 comma y1. Okay, and we have another point Q, x2 comma y2. Okay, my dear friends. Now join these points. Okay, and now let point M divide it into 2 parts. This is point M. The coordinates is x comma y, and the ratio is M ratio N. Understand? So P and Q are 2 points in the xy plane, and M is the point which divides the line segment PQ internally in the ratio M ratio N. Okay, now we have to draw perpendicular from P on the x-axis, from Q, from M, and from Q also. Okay, and these points are A, N, R. Okay, now we have to draw also the parallel lines, to the x-axis like this. From point P and from point M, we have to also draw this line. So this is point S and this is B. Okay, this is our figure. Okay, now let's see in the two triangle, in triangle 1 and triangle 2. Okay, so in triangle PMS and triangle MBQ. Okay, in this triangle, angle MPS is equals to angle QMB. Why? Corresponding angle. Why? Corresponding angle. Listen to me very carefully. Which angle? MPS. MPS means this angle is equals to QMB. Means this angle. This angle is equals to this angle by corresponding angles, and we can write it as angle MSP is equals to angle QBM is equals to 90 degree, because these are perpendicular, these are 90 degree. So we can say that triangle PMS is similar to triangle MBQ by double A similarity. Okay, now from this we can write it as PM upon MQ, which is equals to PS upon MB, which is equals to MS upon QB. Okay, so this is what? This is our basic proportionality theorem. Okay, now yes, first this is we have to be correct. This is triangle MQB, because we have to focus on the order. Okay, order is very important in similarity. Order is very important in similarity MQB. MQB. PMS MQB. Okay, understand? Yes. So now this is our equation number 1. Okay. So my dear friends, we know that PM upon MQ, which is M ratio N. So we can write it as also, we can write it PM upon MQ is equals to M ratio N, which is also equals to what? Which is also equals to PS upon MB is equals to MS upon QB. This is our first equation. Okay, yes. Now, what is PS, which is equals to AN? We are talking about this PS, which is equals to AN. And what is AN? ON minus OM. What is AN? ON minus OA. Then we can find this value. And from ON is what? ON we have X and OA is X1. So we can find it. We can write it as X1 minus X. X1 minus, wait. X minus X1. We can write it as X minus X1. X minus X1. So we have AN is ON minus OA, which is equals to X minus X1. Similarly, what is MB? Where is MB? Yes, this is MB. So MB is, so this is our X2, okay, and this is our X, and MB is what? X2 minus X. This is our X2 minus X. So MB is equals to NR, which is equals to OR minus ON, which is equals to X2 minus X. Okay, my dear friends, I hope you understand this. So now we have to find MS. What is MS? So now let's see that MS, this point. So we have M is Y and we have S is what? This is X and Y. So we can write Y and this is Y1. So MS is, so this point till this is Y and this is Y1. So we can write MS is, we can write MS, which is equals to MN minus SN, which is equals to Y minus Y1. Okay, now again we have to find QB. What is QB? Yeah, this QB. This QB is Y2 minus Y. Okay, so QB is equals to RQ minus RB, which is equals to Y2 minus Y1. Okay, so now we have PS, we have MB, we have MS, and we also have QB. So we are putting these values in these equations. So let's do that. Yes. So we have M upon N, which is equals to PS means X minus X1. X minus X1 divided by X2 minus X, which is equals to MS, which is Y minus Y1, and QB Y2 minus Y1. We can write it as Y minus Y1 upon Y2 minus Y1. Okay, yes. So now we are compare first these two terms and after that first these two terms. Okay, so let's do that. m upon n, which is equals to x minus x1 upon x2 minus x. If you solve it, okay, then we get what? Then we get the value of x, which is what? M x2 plus n x1 divided by m plus n divided by what? Yes, mx2 plus nx1 divided by m plus n. And again, m upon n is equals to y minus y1 divided by y2 minus y1, which is equals to what? We have the value of y, m y2 plus n y1 divided by m plus n. So these are the coordinates of the m. Okay, these are what? These are coordinate of m. This is our fraction formula. Okay, so I hope you understand this point, how to do the proof of fraction formula, how to derive fraction formula. Okay, so now let's come on. Yes, now fraction formula externally means, let's suppose we have two lines A and B. Now if point M cut the line externally, okay, so in this case the formula is little bit different. What? So the formula is, we have point M x comma y is equals to, in this case, m x2 minus n x1 divided by m minus n, and the coordinates of y is m x2, y2 m y2 minus n y1 divided by m minus n. So these are the coordinates of points M, which is cut the point on externally, which cut the line externally. Okay, so I hope you understand these points. So my dear friends, we have learned two formulas: fraction formula when the points cut internally, and fraction formula when the cut points in externally. Okay, so you have to remember these formulas which will help to solve the questions. Okay, yes, let's move on. Yes, fraction formula of midpoint. When the line, let's suppose we have a line A, B. Okay, we have this line. Now if a point M x comma n x comma y, if this point cut this line AB in two equal parts, means the ratio is 1:1. So we have the value of m upon n is what? 1:1. So in this case the points M is, so the coordinate of M is x is equals to 1 into x2, means this is what? x2 y2, and this is x1 y1. So 1 into x2 plus 1 into y2 divided by 1 plus 1, means 1 into x1. Here is x2 x1. So we have x1 plus x2 divided by 2. Similarly, the value of y is y1 plus y2 divided by 2. So we have the midpoint formula. If the line is cut by m point equally, so this is the midpoint formula, means we can write the coordinates of m as x is equals to x1 plus x2 upon 2 and y is equals to y1 plus y2. Okay, so I hope you understand this thing. So now let's move on. Yes, if the point M divides the line segment joining points P and Q internally in the ratio k:1, then the coordinates of M will be, means let's suppose we have point P and this is point Q, this is x1 comma y1, this is x2 comma y2, and point M is here and it cuts this line in the ratio k ratio 1. So in this case, we have x is equals to kx2 plus x1 divided by x plus divided by k plus 1, and we have y is equals to ky2 plus y1 divided by k plus 1. So this is internally formula. Similarly, if this point cut externally in the ratio k ratio 1, like this, if this point M, we have P, Q, and we have what? We have point M. This is x comma y, this is x2 comma y2, and this is x1 comma y1. And the ratio is k ratio 1. So we can write the formula is x is equals to kx2 minus x1 divided by k minus 1. Understand? Divided by what? Divided by k minus 1. Okay. And the formula of y is ky2 minus y1 divided by k minus 1. So these are what? These are the formulas. These are what? These are the formulas. Okay. So I hope you understand this point. Now, points of trisection. Now let's suppose what? Let's suppose we have a line like this. This is a line PQ, and there are 2 points M and N. Okay, there are 2 points, and we don't know the ratio of these. Okay, so what we can do it? We can solve it by, okay, so in this case it is divided into 3 parts, so we can write it as like this. Let's suppose let's take this part is 1 and let's take this part is 2. Means we are taking the ratio 1 ratio 2. Okay, we are taking what? We are taking this ratio as a 1 ratio 2. So this is our trisection, means this, this and this. So there are 3 equal sections, there are trisection, and in these sections we are taking the ratios as 1 ratio 2. Okay, so now in this case we have 1 and 2, and we have, let's suppose, point this is x1 comma y1 and this is x2 comma y2. Okay, so now we have first of all find the points of M. So we can find it as, this is x comma y. Okay, this is x comma y. So we can find it as x2 plus 2x1 divided by 1 plus 2, 3. And similarly here is y2 plus 2y1 divided by 3. Okay, now we have to find the ratio, we have to find the coordinates of N, which is, let's suppose it is x3, y3. So how we can find it? Now in this case, we are taking it as 2 ratio 1. We are taking it as 2 ratio 1. Okay, so now in this case, the values are 2x2 plus x1 divided by 2 plus 1, which is equals to 2x2 plus x1 divided by 3. And for y, this becomes 2y2 plus y1 divided by 3. Okay, I hope you understand these things. So this is our what? This is our points of trisection. So how we can find points of trisection? Like this. Okay, so let's move on. Yes, now centroid of a triangle. If we have a triangle and we have point A, B and C. What is point A? Point A is x1 comma y1. Point B is x2 comma y2, and point C is x3 comma y3. Okay, if we have 3 points A, B and C, these are the points these are the vertices of a triangle ABC. Okay, then the coordinates of its centroid, means coordinates of the centroid is what is, which is given by, if we have P x comma y, so how we can find it, the coordinates? X comma y is equals to x1 plus x2 plus x3 divided by 3, and this is x coordinate, and y coordinate is y1 plus y2 plus y3 divided by 3. Okay, I hope you understand this thing. So this is the formula of centroid of a triangle. Okay, so now based on this topic we are going to solve some questions. Now the first question is, find the coordinates of the point which divides the join of line this. We have these 2 points and the ratio is this. Okay, so like it is like this, we have up this A, B, and we have a point P. This is divided in 2:3, and this is -1,7, and this is 4,-3. This is x comma y. So now first of all we have to find x. What is x? X is 2 into 4 plus 3 into -4 divided by 2 plus 3, which is equals to what? Which is equals to 8 minus 3 divided by 5, means 5 upon 5, which is equals to 1. Okay, now we have to find the y coordinate. How we can find it? So the y coordinate is 2 into y2, means 2 into -3, plus 3 into y1, means 3 into 7, divided by 2 plus 3. This is equals to -6, this is equals to 21, and divided by 5. And if you solve it, we get -15 divided by 5, and we get what? We get plus 15. We get what? We get 3. So we have 3. Okay, so I hope you understand these things. So we have coordinate what? We have coordinate P is what? X is 1 and y is 3. 1, 3. Okay, so let's move on. Yes, so the next question is, find the coordinates of the point of trisection of the line segment joining 4, -1 and -2, -3. So we have a trisection line. So this is A, which is 4, -1, and this is B, which is -2, -3. So we have to find M, coordinate of M and coordinate of N. So let's suppose firstly we have to take the ratio as 1:2. 1:2. So now we can find it as, we can find the coordinate of M. This is x1 y1, or this is x2 y2. So x1 is equals to 1 into x2, means this -2. So 1 into -2 plus 2 into 4 divided by 1 plus 2. So we have -2 plus 8 divided by 2, which is equals to 6 divided by 2, means 3. So we have what? Yes, we have 3. Okay, yes. So here there is 3, and the result is 2. Okay, now we have to find x, we have to find y1. So 1 into -3 plus 2 into -1 divided by 1 plus 2, which is equals to -2, -3, -2 divided by 3, we get -5 upon 3. So the point M, so the coordinate of M is 2 comma minus 5 upon 3. 2 comma minus 5 upon 3. Okay. Now this point N is divided this line in the ratio 2:1. Okay. It is divided in the ratio 2:1. So let we have A, B, M, N. Okay, so now this N divided this line in ratio 2:1, or we can do it as, let's suppose in the line M and B, MB, N is the midpoint of MB, and we can easily find this value. Okay, but now we are finding it as, this is 4 comma minus 1, this is minus 2 comma minus 3, and this is our x2 comma y2. Now we can find x2 how? This is 2 into minus 2 plus 1 into 4 divided by 2 plus 1, which is equals to minus 4 plus 4 divided by 3, which is equals to what? 0. Okay, and the coordinate of y2 is 2 into minus 3 plus 1 into minus 1 divided by 2 plus 1. So this will be minus 6 minus 1 divided by 3. So it will become minus 7 upon 3. So we have the coordinate of N is what? 0 comma minus 7 upon 3. Okay. So this is our answer. So my dear friends, I hope you understand these things, how to deal with this question. Now again we have find the ratio in which the line segment joining the points this and this is divided by this. Now in this case we have to find the ratio. So how we can find it? Let's do that. Now in this case we have a line minus 3 comma 10 and 6 comma minus 8, and this line is divided by this point minus 1 comma 6, and we have ratio M ratio N. This point is A, this point is B, this point is M. So now we know that minus 1 is equals to M into 6 plus N into minus 3 divided by M plus N, which is equals to minus of M plus N is equals to 6M minus 3N. Minus what? Minus 3N. Okay, now if you solve it, minus M minus N, which is equals to 6M minus 3N, and after solving this we get 5M minus 2. Here it will become 7M minus twice of M is equals to 0. Okay. So the ratio is 7M minus 2N is equals to 0, and 7M is equals to 2N, and we have M upon N is equals to 7 upon 2. So we have the ratio M ratio N is what? M ratio N is equals to 7 ratio 2. So this is our answer. Okay. Okay. This will become not 7 upon 2. This will become 2 upon 7, because N will goes down, and from here 7 goes down. 2 ratio 7. So the answer is 2 ratio 7. So this is our required answer. I hope you understand this point. So now let's go on. Yes. Find the ratio in which the line segment joining A and B is divided by the x-axis. Also find the coordinate of the points of division. It is very easy question, friends. So we have a line AB. This is 1 comma minus 5, and this is minus 4 comma 5. Okay, and we have a point. divided by the x-axis, means this is x comma 0. On x-axis y coordinate is 0 and this ratio is m ratio n. Okay, I hope you understand this point. Now let us assume that the ratio is k ratio 1. So now we are assuming that this ratio is as k ratio 1, means we can write it here as, what? We can write it as k ratio 1. Okay, so now with the help of y coordinate we can easily find the value of k. Okay, how? Let's see that. So now the y coordinate is 0, which is equals to k into 5 plus 1 into minus 5 divided by k plus 1. Okay, if we shift this k plus 1 to the LHS, it will become 0 and we have 5k minus 5 is equals to 0 and we have 5k is equals to 5. So the value of k is what? The value of k is 1. So the ratio is what? Ratio is 1 ratio 1. Okay, understand? Yes. So now we have the ratios and we have to find the value of x. So how we can find it? Again by fraction formula. So we have x is equals to, we have the value of k is 1 and here is also 1. So 1 into minus 1 plus 1 into 1. We can write it as 1 into minus 4, 1 into minus 4 plus 1 into 1 plus 1 into 1 divided by 1 plus 1. So we get minus 4 plus 1 divided by 2 and from this we can find it as minus 3 upon 2. So the points are, what? So the points are minus 3 upon 2 comma 0. So this is our required answer. This is our what? This is our required answer. So I hope you understand this point. Yes. Find the coordinate of a point A where AB is the diameter of a circle whose center is 2 comma minus 3 and B is 1 comma 4. Okay, so let's draw the circle. Let's suppose this is circle and we have diameter this. We have center is what? Center 2 comma minus 3. We have this A and this point B. Okay, now we have B is 1 comma 4. B is what? Yeah, we have 1 comma minus 1. 1 comma 4 and we don't know x and y. So we have to find the values. Okay, now so the center, it is a center, so this line is divided in ratio 1 ratio 1. So this line is divided in the ratio 1 ratio 1. So it means this is a midpoint. And what is the formula of midpoint? The formula of midpoint is, okay, the formula of midpoint is x1 plus x2 divided by 2 and we have y is y1 plus y2 divided by 2. So in this case this is our x1, y1. Now in this case x is 2 and y is minus 3. Okay, we know x2 but we don't know x1, so we can easily find. So this will become 2 is equals to x1 plus 1 divided by 2 and from this x2 is 4 plus 1 which is equals to 5. Wait a minute. Here is minus 1. This minus 1 and it will become 3. It will become what? It will become 3. So we have x2 is what? 3. And if we want the value of y, we can find it as we have y is minus 3, we have y is minus 3, which is equals to, we don't know y2, or we don't know y1, plus what is the value of y2? So the value of y2 is 4. So we can put the value of y2 as 4 divided by what? Yes, divided by 2. So now minus 6 is equals to y1 plus 4, and which is equals to y1 is equals to minus 6 minus 4 is equals to minus 10. So we have the point A is what? 3, minus 10. This is our required answer. Okay, my dear friends. So I hope you understand these things. So now this is enough for today, and we will meet in the next lecture with the next topic. Okay. So thank you very much, guys, for listening me. Take care. Goodbye.